everybody, and welcome to Mr. Smith's YouTube channel. I'm here today to teach you a little bit about orthographic drawings. Not sure what brought you here. You might be in my class, or you have just been referred here to help support your learning while you're learning technical drawing. So, orthographic drawings are basically a standard within the engineering industry so that you can actually take someone's drawing and it'll be standardized. So my orthographic drawing, your orthographic drawing, everyone's drawings are the same. Another key part of it is they're broken into specific areas, and also you have precise measurements to work off so that you can recreate someone's design. These concepts actually apply really well to architecture and construction and other fields because the drawing is very similar. It's just the way that it's presented is a little different. All right, so we're going to jump right into it. So if you think about this word, right? So what we're going to do first is break down the word. All right, so what I'm talking about is orthographic drawings. So if we break down the word ortho, if you did a quick Google search, you would find out that it means straight. All right, so if anybody's had braces, all right, orthodontic, like straightened teeth. All right, if you break down that word, so the word ortho means straight, and then the word graphic means, it can mean view or picture. All right. So what orthographic actually is it's a straight picture or a straight view or views. So it's this idea that you are drawing straight lines to represent a real world 3D object in 2D. And what I mean is, all right, so I'm going to go ahead and kind of give you the breakdown of what that looks like. So you're going to have something called a title block, and this is going to come in a later video. All right, so don't worry if you don't know what a title block is right now, because I'm going to make a video later. But this title block is actually broken down into different sections. Now, you're not actually going to draw these lines on your title block, but they're there inherently. Like, people know that title blocks or orthographic drawings are broken into these 4 areas. So, the 4 areas are: in the top right, you always have an isometric drawing, which we are not talking about today, but to give you an idea, it's a 3D model looking drawing. All right, it's a drawing at a certain degree, angle. All right. So we're going to talk about isometric later, but for now, just want you to know that that top right square in your orthographic drawing is where the isometric is. All right, so I'm going to turn on my camera now that we know that. All right, so what we're worried about is these 3 other ones. So in the top left, you're going to have your top view, or sometimes it's called the plan view. All right, so I call it the top view. Older textbooks call it the plan view. Interchangeable, T or P, just be mindful that it can be either one. All right, this is actually your front view. It's just called front. It's always been called front. And in here, you're going to have your right view, or it's also called the side view. Now, I will call it right and I will call it side. I kind of use those interchangeably because I think both are good descriptors of it. So just know that you have your top view, front view, and your right view. And it's basically this idea that you can take a 3D model and create 2D drawings to represent every part of it and descriptively tell someone how they can actually recreate it. So let's take a look at like where these concepts came from. So I have this object here, all right? And if I was in the classroom, I would say, how many sides does this have? People will raise their hand, no, 8, 10, 12. People will start counting the corners. They'll count each little piece of it. But in reality, guys, every object only has 6 sides. Like, think about a cube, right? A 6-sided dice, it's got 6 sides. If it had 8 sides, I would still be able to tell what all the sides look like if I could see all 6 sides. All right, so objects have 6 sides. However, if we're going to draw any object, how many sides do we need to see? Well, kind of just told you, it's 3, right? Top, front, and right. So we can recreate any object as long as we have the top, front, and right views. So let's take a minute to actually identify these. So somebody tell me the top view. All right, hopefully you said B, right? B is your top view. So which one of these over here represents the top view? Well, I know I'm going to see this square, and I'm going to see this little notch. So that means that this one right here is B. All right, what about a front view? All right, so I'm going to go ahead and tell you that F is the front view. So the front view is always the one kind of off this corner right here. So if you were standing on this side of the object, what you see is the front view. So what you have to actually do is imagine yourself standing at these places. So if I'm standing here looking, well, I'm going to see this square. I'm going to see this side of that cube, and I'm going to see this little notch on the right side. So this right here would be our front view, or F. And our right view, guys, obviously, right side of the right side, see right and side, right side of the object. So on the right side, as if I were standing at A looking at it, I would see this circle, this big rectangle, and this square. If I'm standing at A looking at it. So I look over here, and this is A. So what about the other ones, right? We have top, front, and side. The opposite of top is bottom. So which one of these is the bottom? Well, pretty obviously it's C, right? So if you're underneath this object looking up at it, you're going to see this bottom rectangle, and you're not going to be able to see this. But the way that we know that this is on top from the bottom view is we use what's called hidden lines. So if you look here, this is actually the bottom view. So you see the rectangle, you see the bottom of this notch, but then we have this square that is dotted, and that's because it's a hidden line. All right, so this is C. All right, so we had our front view. Now we're going to look at our back view here. Back view is D. All right, and that would be this one. And finally, we have this is our right view, so E is our left view. That's the only one we have left is this one. But notice again, guys, if you're standing at E and you're looking at this object, you're not able to see this circle. So what do we have to do? We have to make it a dotted line because it's hidden. All right. So we just went through all 6 views of this object, but we only needed 3 for our drawing. So in our drawing, we would put the top view. All right. So the top view would be B. So the top view. So this right here, if I could just snip this, I think I can, right? Can't you do that in, I think it's take a snapshot, right? If I could snip that, then over here in Paint, that actually is my top view. All right, pretty cool. And then my front view. All right, front view has the little notch on the right side, so that is this one. All right, so I'm going to snap that one, paste it. There we go. There's my front view. And then I need the right or the side view, which is A. So I go grab A. All right. I'm going to take off my camera real quick. All right, and then I told y'all the isometric. The isometric is actually the 3D model. All right, so it's the full 3D drawing. So our isometric in this case would actually be this. All right, so if this was hand drawn with a ruler, this would be our orthographic drawing. We have our top view, our front view, and our right side view. All right, so I hope everybody's with me. If not, back on up in the video and watch it again. But we're going to move forward, all right? So what I actually want to focus on today is your ability to identify these views. So, of course, we have an activity. So in class today, you're going to be given this, all right? And I just want to walk through one example, and then you're going to do the rest on your own. So in this assignment, you were given 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different objects. So these are the isometric views. I'm going to go ahead and add that. Isometric views. All right, so we have these isometric views. You're going to look at each one. So you have A, B, C, D, E, F, and you're going to find the 3 orthographic views for them. So the front, the plan, and the side, also known as the front, the top, and the right. All right, so the front is when you're standing at F, so it's got this little graphic for you to help. All right, so if we take a look at A, the front view, kind of what I like to do is just imagine highlighting these. So the front view, I would see this rectangle and this rectangle, but I would not see this. So I'm looking for a long, skinny rectangle with a rectangle on top. So if I go look over here, look, oh, number 10, right? Long, skinny rectangle with a rectangle on top, and they've already told us it's 10. All right, so for the plan view, that's plan is also top view. So it's if you're on top looking straight down. The plan view, you'll see this rectangle and this rectangle. All right, so if I take a look, I'm looking for like 2 rectangles. Oh, here we go, right? Big rectangle with a little rectangle inside. So this is 14. All right, the side view, also known as the right view, you're going to see this part and this part. So it's going to kind of look like a backwards L. But the rectangles are going to be segmented. So I'm looking for a backward. Oh, what do I have here? Looking at 5. Boom. There we go. So just like that, I've identified all 3 views for A. So what you're going to do is repeat this process for B, C, D, E, and F. All right. So I hope everyone has learned something and has, kind of got a better basic knowledge of orthographic drawings. In our next video, I'm going to be going through how to actually draw a title block because we're going to move into drawing these views technically, doing technical drawing later. All right. Thanks for stopping by, guys. As always, appreciate your support. Have a good one.